Chances are you worked up a good sweat by now.
Welcome back to the Stretch Yourself podcast. I'm your host, Jared Chandler. I'm here today with Denver comedian and podcaster Ben Dailey. Thanks for being here, man.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. We were just talking about podcasts, our podcast a second ago. This is coming back after a long hiatus.
Yeah, welcome back.
Yeah. I'm excited. I'm banking episodes right now, and I think that's the pace that I want to go at.
Yeah.
Now is like kind of in as like a TV season, like, you know, where it's like, all right, I'll release like a set number of episodes every week though, and then I'll take a break and come, because that's just realistic.
I think that's the way to do it. I mean, either do like a season where you're like, I'm gonna take some time off, or just bank them where you do a bunch.
Yeah.
And then you're like, all right, now I've got a couple months off.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I'm sure you probably do this as well. When I was doing mine, like literally every Sunday or Monday, I'm just scrambling to get one out.
Yeah, exactly.
And I was just, I've always felt behind.
Yeah, exactly. I hate
and that's not a good, I was like, I got too much stuff going on. This is crazy. Because
I was like, oh, I'm going to do it every Wednesday or whatever. And then like you're up Tuesday night, like trying to upload.
Yeah.
Like
you sit down and you're like, I've never been less funny, but I got to put this out.
Right, exactly.
So you're like, here you go, folks.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I prefer the other method, and I think it just is healthier.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. What's your what do you think about bringing your pod back, do you think?
Hopefully I'm thinking I'll do it at some point. Basically, I guess long story short, I was very overwhelmed with a lot of stuff, had a lot of stress, a lot of things going on in my life. And just timing, it was tough. But also I moved into a new place, and the ceiling, I'm in like the garden level, the basement, and the ceiling's like 7 feet high.
Yeah.
And the lady above me is like always in her room. And so it's just like, I mean, imagine just like 4 feet above us. You're like trying to like riff and be goofy and silly, and you're like, there's somebody listening to every word I'm saying. This is not like, I felt so vulnerable, and I was like, I didn't feel like I could project and be silly and goofy.
Yeah.
Because I mean, imagine that lady.
I know.
Just like out of context, like my neighbor's talking to himself. It's like he's riffing and it's not even good.
Yeah.
You're like, oh my gosh, dude. So that was getting in my head a little bit. And then just all the other stuff. I was like, let me take a break for a minute and reset.
What other stuff, if you don't mind, was going on?
What stuff as far as stress? And
Yeah,
a lot of stuff, dude. I mean, going through
like earlier this year?
Yeah, just the last couple of years. So, I mean, balancing work with comedy, I'm sure as you've dealt with, is just like a lot when you're talking about, like in my first year, I think we all have like this extra juice, this extra energy.
100%.
Where you're like, I'll stay up till 1 a.m. and then get up at...
When was your first year?
2018, at the very end of 2018, so basically 2019.
Yeah.
But basically until COVID, I was like, just pedal to the metal. Like, let's get out. I don't care what time I go to bed. I'll drink coffee. I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
But then at a certain point, you're like, all right, long term, I'm trying to do this. I can't just burn myself out every day. So balancing comedy and work was a big thing. And then the busier I got, obviously, we're all just trying to be busier. But when you become busier, then you're like, whoa, this is...
Oh, shit.
This actually, this is a lot. And then when you're hosting, you're hosting and producing some shows, it's like that's an extra level of things.
Yeah, you're not just showing up to the spot. You're doing everything that happens before a show and everything that happens after a show. Like, it's so much. It's crazy.
So it's a lot to deal with. Like just the extra time where you're like, all right, it's not just showing up. It's like a 3 or 4 hour thing, setting up, checking people in, hosting, breaking down.
Yeah.
And
promoting everything before that.
Yeah.
Setting up the ticket links and like all that jazz. And like, I don't know if you do pictures or whatever after, like the tear down, like
I mean, you're taking pictures now too, so you're just, I mean, you're juggling so many.
I'm just always doing something. I'm just always churning something out, like
because I mean, I'm sure this probably, I imagine you feel the same way, and a lot of people feel the same way. If you're having a bad day or you're stressed or you're feeling not good, you can pull it together for 10 minutes on stage.
Sure. Yeah.
But when you're hosting, checking people in, you're doing like the customer service, you're shucking and jiving for like 3-4 hours.
Yeah.
You're like, that's a long time for me to not feel good and go, hey, smile, I'm okay.
Yeah, dude.
And then when you're like, all right, work all week, and then every Friday, Saturday, there was a lot of
and then you gotta do your laundry and like
like
take care of yourself.
It's a lot of stress going on there. And then just other life stuff that, we all deal with, where you're like, all right, you throw that on top, and I'm just like, I just feel like I'm sinking a little bit.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. And I think it's very normal, like, especially for, like guys like us who have all of that going on. You know, like, and I look at some people who seem like they don't have that, and I'm like, how?
Yeah.
Like, how do you not, like, how are you here all the time? And, like, how do you, like, I don't know. Do people live in their cars? Like, I don't know. Like, like it's like, how are you all consumed by comedy? Like, I can't.
And it's funny. I feel like comedians and artists are like more like, I don't know if this is going to make sense, but more sensitive to emotional swings or like feel emotions more. I don't know. I'm not saying that in like a good or bad way. I just feel like, I mean, do you feel like that?
Yeah, and I think where it comes from is like, just in general, that's how we are. But like, also, you do a mental check-in. You do like a check-in before you go on stage. Like, how do I feel right now? Like, I feel like I do. Like, whenever because I don't feel the same. Like every time I go up. Like, normally if I do it right, if I take care of myself, if I do my homework, do my writing, prep for my spot, then I feel like pretty like in the zone. You know. But like, so usually what happens to me if I have like a Friday and a Saturday, like this last weekend. So like Friday, I felt like a lot of like anticipation. I'm like, all right, let's go.
Yeah.
Saturday, I was like, I don't feel the same.
Yeah.
And I checked in with myself before I went on stage Saturday, and I was like, man, I don't feel as juiced as I did last night. And I think just doing that repetitively kind of makes you more attuned to how you're feeling, Well,
that's not good to hear in the sense of like, I'm glad you're like feeling good and bad. I feel the same way. I feel like a lot of comics I envy, or I feel like I get jealous, or I wonder, like, you watch comics that just seem so consistent.
Yeah.
And like off stage, they'll be like, man, I'm in a bad place or whatever. But then they just go do the same thing on stage. And I'm like, when I'm like, back to that, like, I feel like I try so hard to be as consistent as possible by like eating super healthy, exercising, doing all the things to just be like, I just want to feel as consistent as possible.
Yeah.
Because I feel same as you. Like sometimes I'll go up and I'll be like, yo, I'm loose, I'm silly, I'm ready to go. Other times I'm like, I feel so uncomfortable right now.
Yeah.
Like, what is happening?
Yeah.
And then that's, at a certain point you get enough reps to where you're like, I can kind of fake it through, but sometimes it maybe rubs off a little bit. And it certainly, even if I don't think any of us like going on stage, and maybe you do well, but you feel not in control internally.
Yeah.
To where you're like, I wasn't able to enjoy that.
Yeah.
I wasn't present.
It was kind of a job.
Yeah.
Check
so
the box.
You made it through, but you're like, that wasn't. Yeah. I want to have fun every time. I want to be present and silly and just feel.
Yeah. It's hard to do that when you're thinking about waking up tomorrow and stuff.
Yeah.
And like,
Yeah.
When you're,
I talk about that with people all the time, and it's sometimes I feel like I'm like, maybe this isn't something that other people are dealing with, where they're like, yeah, I'm going on stage sometimes and I'm feeling real off, and other times I feel good and I don't really know exactly why I feel good when I feel good and why I don't. So I've been trying very hard to lock everything in to kind of eliminate a lot of those variables, to be like, how can I be as consistent as possible? I just want to have fun on stage.
That's why I like going to Mutiny a lot. Yeah. And like mics like that, because it doesn't matter how I feel. Like I can just bring up however I feel to the stage. And I think that's very therapeutic for me to like just whatever I got. Like, this is who I am today. And there's no stakes. Like
those are the good mics to just go do whatever
Yeah.
No stakes, low judgment. I mean, it's like a lot of newer comics are there.
Exactly. Yeah. Low judgment.
Yeah. Because some mics you do, and it's like it's a Rover or whatever. If you're doing really new stuff, and if you're like feeling kind of like not confident or whatever, then it can be a lot of people staring at you to be like, that just didn't feel good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But then Mutiny, you're like, I don't know. There's 6 people that are like paying attention, that are comics that are new.
Yeah.
That are probably
supportive.
Like super nervous themselves, and they're being supportive because they're like, oh, this person's done it before. That's awesome.
Yeah, totally.
And so you're like, oh, thank you so much for hanging out.
Exactly.
And giggling.
Yeah.
I wish I was better at that.
Yeah.
But at this point, I tell people all the time, it's like I put in my time.
Yeah.
Watching and laughing.
Mm-hmm.
And at a certain point, it's like my brain just can't consume open mic comedy really
anymore. Early on, I can kind of like pretend to like laugh and stuff and be like, I'm supporting, I'm doing it. And then like, 5 or 6 people in, I'm like, fuck. I just can't anymore.
Yeah. And it's like, I'm probably the same for you. It's like, I'm not trying to be rude.
No.
My brain it's like a defense mechanism. It's like, it can't.
Yeah. It takes energy.
It's already heard so much. It can't anymore.
Yeah.
There's no room for that.
Exactly. Yeah. What are some of the things that you do to take care of yourself? It sounds like the more I get to know you, you're very athletic. Like,
thank you. I try.
When we played basketball last year at the cross up, you were one of the people that was like, I was like surprised by, where you were like very like going for the ball and stuff, and like very like athletically aware of how to play the sport, whereas like many comics do not know how to play basketball.
Well,
and then I was talking about golf. I was like, holy shit, like you used to play golf that good? Like, dang. So there's that. And then like I know you do the running and like the diet stuff. Like, talk to me about that.
Yeah. Well, I guess it's funny to hear people. I mean, I've always felt somewhat athletic, but also growing up, I was a very late bloomer in pretty much all aspects, both like size and height, but also mentally and like personality and all that stuff. So I was, I played a lot of sports growing up, but I wasn't. I mean, I did varsity golf and swim team, but like I wasn't good at basketball. I wasn't I remember I stopped playing basketball in like 8th grade. I was the guy that people would pass it to, and I just like frantically dribble into the corner, and then people would just come and block me, and I'd be like, I don't know what to do. Same with soccer. Like I think it took a long time. I think I had some athleticism, but my brain wasn't mature enough to go, hey, you've been here before. Make a decision. Pat, like, look out. Where do you pass it? What's the next move? I was just too ADHD to like be good in that sense. Yeah. So it's been, I guess, cool in a way. Not that I'm playing a lot of sports now other than just like exercise, running. That's not something that I would consider a sport. But yeah, I guess it's nice to have people be like, oh, you're athletic. But I've always, growing up, I was like, oh, I did a lot of stuff, but I wasn't great at a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I was the same way.
Yeah?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I played, like, freshman year, I played football, basketball, track.
Okay.
And then quit track because I was like, not good. I'm not good. This is not my thing. And like the hurdles, they were like, oh, you got long legs.
Was that your go-to event?
That was like what I was enrolled in or whatever.
Okay.
That was something I was like, oh, I can do this. Long distance, no shot. Like I couldn't do it.
Did you have tryouts for your team?
No, like everything. So like I went to like a small school in Greeley. So like pretty much anything you wanted to do, you could do. So nice. I was in the arts and sports for a long time, and then I was starting to realize, like, because it almost like felt like I had to.
Yeah.
Because you have the capabilities to do it, so you have a obligation to be in this sport because we need people. Yeah. And you have
it's like for the good of the school and community.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
You can't not do it.
Yeah, but then I was like, no, I don't.
Yeah. Like, I can go home, play video games.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah. So I stopped playing because I did the hurdles, and like first race, I like that the waiting and like the waiting for the gun and like how strict they are with the rules.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Yeah, dude, it's funny. I did track 8th and 9th grade, and we had tryouts. Like you had to make the team, but it was It was kind of a joke.
Sure,
but I still barely made the team. Like I remember trying out in a bunch of events and not make it. Like I remember doing the 400, and I think you had to run like a minute and 5 seconds or less, and I was like just over that. And like I tried multiple things. I remember once I got on the team, I ran the 200, and I mean I had spikes. I was like ready to go. I ran it in 32 seconds, which I mean the world record's 19 seconds.
32 seconds.
32 seconds is so slow. And I mean I thought I was flying, dude.
I was sounds like, very fast.
It's not fast at all.
What?
But I mean, it's not fast at all. I mean, people are running 300 meters.
See, that's why I couldn't do it, because I would run 100 meters and people would be so far ahead of me, and I would be like, and the track is so big, like that mental, like I still have that far to go, you know? Like, I just couldn't.
Yeah, dude, it's easy to start going quick, and then you're like, I've got way longer than I thought I was gonna have.
Yeah.
But the funny part is, I couldn't make it in anything. The thing I've eventually made it in is pole vault.
Pole vault.
And you go, you were decent at pole vault, Ben? No, I was awful. Literally, in order to make the team, you had to jump 8 feet, but they didn't even use a real pole. They just for tryouts, they used a rubber band that sagged. And so all you had to do is go up, get your feet over, and then you pull the rubber band down and you make it over. And so I made it on the team for that. So they put me in that event all the time for meets. And usually the starting height was like 8 or 9 feet. Okay. And I never made one jump ever. I never made the intro jump. They didn't have poles for me, dude. Like, because the poles have a certain weight rating, so you can get a little flex to it to help project you. And I mean, I'm not even kidding. In 8th or 9th grade, I was maybe 100 pounds.
Yeah.
And I think the lowest weight rating was like 135 pounds or something. So I wasn't able to utilize and like get any bend and projection from it. I'm just like stiff pulling these poles that are way heavier.
And then you have to like use your own arms to like
it was
push off of it.
I mean, it's funny looking back, being like, why was I pole vault? I mean, it's kind of funny. I mean, the practice, literally everybody else is running laps and doing that, and I'm just like running down a little runway and jumping into a padded mat. That was kind of fun and easy, but
But I never got fun.
Yeah. It is like a kid thing to do. Yeah. It's like the kid version of the McDonald's ball pit. You're just like, let me just jump on this for a while. Yeah. Little bouncy house.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, those track, and it's like, it's just so many people watching you, and like it's like very individual, like at least in like basketball and stuff, it's like, well, I got a whole team here that you know didn't do well. But like just track is like it's just you versus 8 people, and like I would do the hurdles and like fall and like roll and like skin my knee and shit, and like that's just no fun. And so like I maybe if I like you said, like if I was more mature, like mentally and physically, and knew how to use my body more, like maybe I would have enjoyed sports more. But also it just takes like a certain level of dedication to get good, like that I just wasn't willing to do. Like
I didn't have that either. It wasn't until like my senior year that I started sniffing kind of like the effort you put in is the results you get back.
Right.
Like with swimming, I remember that because I swam on the high school team, but it was just an hour practice. Like literally the competitive people were swimming for clubs, and they were doing like 2 hours in the morning and 2 hours in the evening. And so for high school, just 1 hour. And if you like missed a practice, it like wasn't a big deal. And it wasn't all year. It was like a 2-month period. It's such a short thing to where you're like, I haven't even gotten into shape yet by the time the season's over.
Yeah.
So I made a lot of progress because I didn't get on the swim team until I guess 10th grade. Like I didn't start swimming competitively until like high school. And so I saw the progress kind of really happen quickly. And it wasn't until my senior year I was like, oh, I could probably like get pretty decent at this. But at that point it's like, oh, I'm going to college, and then I'm like, I'm not swimming I don't even think they had a guys swim team where I went to school. So that's where my athletic career ended.
Yeah, for sure. But then you get older and it's like, oh, like, yeah, like I know how to do this. Like, I don't know. Like basketball was a big one for me where it's like now I'm playing it more and I'm enjoying it more because like it's not there's no pressure. Like it's just like we're just here to have fun and like, I can practice and like you have to be loose when you play basketball. Like you can't be like super stiff.
Yeah.
Or else you just can't utilize the ball very well.
Yeah.
Football, you can be kind of stiff if you want, like, because you can, like, you're just get the ball and run that way, or block that person. But, like, and I played football all 4 years, but that was just because I liked my coach and I liked the team.
Okay.
We were, like, a winning team. And,
Yeah.
like, I wasn't on the starting, but, like.
What position?
I was tight end and D end.
Okay.
8-man.
8-man, is that the number?
8-man football, yeah.
Okay.
So, like.
Wait, 8-man football?
Yeah, instead of, like, 11.
What?
Yeah.
Is that like a small school thing?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I did not realize that.
Oh yeah. There's whole like leagues for
I've never
like
heard of that. So what do they do?
Yeah.
A quarterback and then how many people at the line?
So instead of so in
you do
11 man you
line?
get a guard, a tackle,
Uh-huh.
and then a tight end. This one you just get center, guard, tight end, and then
2 receivers?
and then 2 running backs. Yeah.
Two. Okay.
But like you can do like all sorts of
Yeah.
stuff with that. Like so like you could like split an end, put one of the running backs in there.
Yeah.
In the slot.
'Cause that opens up the field a lot. You get a lot more
Well, the field is smaller.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow, dude. This is like
Yeah.
you're explaining a new concept to me.
Yeah.
How long was the field?
The field it's still 100 yards, but just like
narrower.
width wise, it's more narrow.
I gotcha.
Yeah. So like, so we would go play teams like in the sticks in like eastern Colorado or something like that. Yeah, and a bunch
Where
of
they're like, we literally
boys.
don't have 8 people. We don't have 11 people.
Yeah, exactly.
These are the 8 guys that are in our high school.
Yeah.
They're playing both defense and offense.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so like a lot of guys from like, and we were a small school, so like we would, like we had a good team. Like when I was a freshman, like the senior class and the junior class was like really good, and then guys from Frontier, which is a charter school, they didn't have a football team, so they either could go to university and try out for their 11-man team, but they were a bigger school, more competitive, or they could come to our team and just like get all the playing time they wanted and like just dominate.
Wow, that's crazy. So you're playing on a team with different high schools.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So like, our starting quarterback was from Frontier. We also accepted homeschoolers.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny, dude.
Yeah.
I played football 1 year, 7th grade. My parents did not want me to play because I was so tiny. Literally, I was I mean, I was the smallest guy in my grade.
Yeah.
Until probably like 10th or 11th grade. And even then I was like, I just got up to the point where I was like tied for the smallest.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm not the smallest, but I'm still kind of technically the smallest. But I played in I was just too small. Like I remember getting my bell rung and being like, my parents were right. I shouldn't. What am I doing in here?
Dude, yeah, that was never fun. Like some of the guys who could take a hit and could deliver hits, they seemed to be having the most fun. I was like, brother, I am not like that. Like blocking was fine, but like defense was like fun sometimes, but or catching, but like, man, yeah, if you get hit really hard, like it's just like, man, this is no. I was skinny and like just like stretched out.
Oh yeah,
like,
dude, taking big hit. I remember when I played, they literally made a rule for the rec league for me. That you had to
don't kill Ben.
Don't kill Ben. Yeah, that you had to get at least 9 plays a game.
Okay.
Because they were like, we don't want to put this kid in, and they're like, well, all right, let's make sure everybody gets a couple minutes of playing time.
Oh, that's very considerate of them.
Yeah,
they didn't have like a JV league or something, or like a.
No, I mean this is rec league. This is unaffiliated with
got you. Okay.
With high school or middle school. It's just like I don't know if you pay money for rec league. I imagine you probably pay like a little bit, because they have the equipment and stuff that they're supplying.
Mm-hmm.
But I like never played, and then they put me in like randomly one game as a safety. I got an interception, and then they like started me.
They're like, oh, this kid.
We've
been thinking about this all wrong.
It's so funny to me because the interception, literally, I'm just like standing as like a free safety in the middle of the field, and the quarterback just throws it up. There's no receiver around. I don't even move. I just like happen to catch it, and they're like, "This kid's incredible," and I was like, "I didn't do anything." But
that must have been a huge moment.
Oh, dude, that's like when I look at my football highlights.
Yeah.
That was one of them, and then I made a game-winning tackle.
Oh wow!
Once. Which also blew my mind because this kid was like twice my size.
Yeah.
And he had broken away from everybody. I'm the safety. I'm the only person left. It's the end of the game. And he just ran into me. And I just like held on to him and he fell over.
That's how you do it. You gotta wrap up.
But I remember being like, he literally could have, like, why did he do that? And then we played him like a couple games later and he genuinely ran me over. And kept going. And I was like, I can't believe you didn't do that the last time.
He learned. He was like...
yeah, he's like, this kid is 3 feet tall.
Yeah.
But then I got to be running back once. I was so excited for that. First handoff, get it, break for like 10 yards, get hit, fumble immediately. Never ran the ball again.
Dude, yeah. Oh, that's the worst. They don't. You never get a second shot at those ball handling. Like there was a brief moment where I thought I was going to be quarterback.
Yeah.
And like I would like drop a snap and shit.
And it's over.
It's over. Like and you like that's so tough. Like because those few seconds where the ball's not in your hands and it's just around your feet somewhere. Frantic, and it lasts so long, and then you like barely grab it, and then like everyone's like. All right. Like, and there's so many decisions you have to make as a quarterback. It's not, you have to remember the play, but like, you also have to like adjust to, like, you have to pick which guy to throw to.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's really easy. Like, when you would have that play where you like fake the handoff and then roll out, and then there's two guys who have like
wide open.
Yeah, they go like this.
Yeah.
And that's it's like that one or that one, you know? But whenever you would like drop back and you got like four doing different things, it's like,
you're like, you got 3 seconds and you're doing check 1, check 2, check 3.
Yeah.
People are coming to me. It's
Sacked.
like, it's really easy to be, Monday morning quarterback where you're like, this guy did this. And it's look, we all do it.
Right.
But realistically, it's like, there's a lot.
Yeah,
there's a 300-pound man coming for you. And you're like, I'm trying to get the ball out of my hand.
Yeah. Yeah. I would just run and like, I could run like, and like kind of like, stay on my feet, but just those quick decisions and like staying relaxed and loose. Like I just like didn't have it yet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man, good times.
Yeah.
High school sports, middle school sports.
Football.
Yeah. I wanted to hear more about like your Central America trip and like also like any other like points in your life that you want to highlight that were maybe like transformational, that were like big parts of like who you are now because of like these experiences that you've had.
I think we all have. That's what's interesting about. I love talking to people and hearing. Some people are like, I don't have anything exciting in my life or whatever, and it's like everybody has a life story and a journey. It's like whether it's like these big grandiose things that they're doing, or it's like just like little things. Like, why do you think the way that you think?
Right.
I mean, it's usually because of like the journey you've been through in life and the experiences you've had, and everybody has unique experiences and stuff. So I always enjoyed listening to people and talking to people about that. But for me, a lot of things. I grew up in Southwest Virginia in kind of a small suburb, real Christian conservative area, not real diverse. I still have friends there. My parents live there, and like, it's one of those things that you like move away and you're like, I hate that place. But you get older and you're like, I don't want to like move back there and settle down or whatever. But the older you get, the more it's like, okay, you
can appreciate it.
Yeah, you can appreciate it. But so I grew up there, went to college in Southwest Virginia as well, moved back. And then right out after college, I got Lyme disease. And that like flipped my life upside down. That was like a 2-year journey of trying to figure out like what's going on with me. That's the reason why I'm like so crazy about my diet and stuff like that, because it's like a chronic thing that I still have to like keep in check.
Wow.
But that took like 2 years to figure out even what it was. For 2 years I was kind of close to being like bedridden. It was a terrible experience, but it's one of those like cliche things of what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Like starting out my adult life with a terrible thing like that, in the moment was obviously horrible.
Yeah.
But now I look back, and now when I run into like challenges and in times where it's like tough and I got to like get my routine back in check or get back in health, or like even just dealing with like I'm not feeling good, I'm able to draw from like that experience and have a little bit of confidence or like a little bit of what's the word I'm looking for? Perspective, yeah. Just knowing like, okay, I've been through tough times before. I did these things to get out of it. Like I have some information and knowledge on where to go from here. So that was like a tough welcome to adulthood couple of years where, I mean, I was living with my parents. Like I didn't have the ability barely to work or to like move out on my, all I wanted to do is like move out and be like, I don't want to live with my parents.
Right.
But I was kind of in a period where I was like, I don't have a choice. So from there, I worked a job eventually for a little bit, and then I moved to the suburbs of Washington, D.C., which was like a big thing for me. I think all of us, probably similar for you. Were you in Greeley for a long time? Then
yeah.
Did you feel like it was a big thing to like move out of your hometown? Yeah.
It was huge.
It
was everything.
That felt difficult for me. Like in the beginning, when you don't have a lot of job experience, to like be like, yeah, let me just go to the city and they'll accept me for. You're like, based on what? Based on this like limited.
Yeah, you think everyone's gonna like know your history and like all that. You're gonna show up and be like,
yeah,
I'm here. Like,
you just show up for an interview and you're like awkward, and they're like, what are you doing? No, we're not hiring you.
Yeah.
So it was like a year period of me really trying to find jobs outside of my hometown before I found something. So that was a big leap and growth thing for me in my life. And then from there, I lived in the DC suburbs for like 2 years. And I had a close friend who was doing some solo traveling. And I remember thinking, like, that's insane. I could never do that. And I eventually went on a trip with him I guess I went on a couple trips with him. We went to Canada, which wasn't a huge deal. But then we went to Dominican Republic. And then after that, I was like, I'm going to try a solo trip on my end. So I went to Colombia by myself. And that was a huge step up of like stepping out of my comfort zone to like, be like, oh, wow. Just learning as an adult, you're like, I can do whatever I want.
Right. Yeah.
Which sounds so obvious, but like it takes a lot of these little things to realize it.
Yeah. Growing up, you're always told how scary the world is.
Yeah.
Like, especially in, because I also came from like a Christian home,
You're like, you're going to die.
You're going to die. Everyone is a sinner, and everyone is bad.
Yeah.
And everyone is going, if you leave home, you will be robbed and mugged, and
they're like, you should stay here
where it's
get
safe.
Married immediately, have kids.
Right. Yeah, and never leave.
And that's the only way your life's going to be okay. And so I went on the solo trip there. That was awesome. That got my mind ticking to be like, I want to, because it's very fun to travel to different places.
Totally.
But when it's like a week at a time, I really wanted to experience a different culture, like longer form. I really wanted to learn Spanish. I wanted to really soak it in just more than a week at a time. So I decided to move out of the country and ultimately went to Nicaragua, lived there for a year.
What made you choose those places?
So just all of the places that I just mentioned, or just Nicaragua
like
specifically?
Colombia and Nicaragua, I'm curious about.
Yeah, Colombia, I think honestly at that time I was just like, I had a credit card that got points for like Spirit Airlines, and they had certain places.
Okay.
And Cartagena, which is like on the Caribbean side of Colombia, was a $100 trip or whatever. So I was like, let's try that out.
Yeah.
There wasn't a ton of thought put into it. I mean, I knew I wanted to do Central or South America, some sort of Spanish-speaking country, and then, Spirit had however many.
It's convenient.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my favorite way to travel.
Yeah.
It makes
it
not
easier.
a lot of thought, just like, this sounds good to me.
Yeah, just
let's make it happen. Yeah.
And with Nicaragua, it was kind of like, I took a course initially the first month I was there to get certified to teach English as a foreign language. So I was like, I'll get certified. I'll do that to make a little bit of money while I'm there.
Okay.
And I picked Nicaragua specifically because the course that I was looking at, there was places, I think there was a place in Mexico, in Peru. There's a handful of places, but Nicaragua seemed to be like the least, or the country with the least amount of English speaking. Because I knew if I go to Mexico City, if I go to some of these places where people are speaking English pretty commonly,
sure,
then I'm never going to learn Spanish that well because I'm just going to be like,
I
don't have to get out of my comfort zone.
Yeah.
I want it to be forced out of my comfort zone.
Yeah.
So going to Nicaragua helped to do that. I mean, there were still plenty of people who spoke English, but just moving to a different country obviously was like a big thing.
Yeah.
And then I lived with the host family and was there for a year. And I was around a lot of people. Like I was teaching people who were from Nicaragua, but it was funny. They always wanted to practice English with me, and I was always wanting to practice Spanish with them.
Yeah.
But I was there for long enough to where, like, I dated a Nicaraguan girl briefly that didn't speak English. That helped a lot.
Wow.
And then just, living with a host family that didn't speak English at all, that helped a ton. And yeah, that was like a huge growth moment for me. Probably like the biggest one in my life.
Yeah.
That kind of put me to a point where I was like, oh, I can do anything I want. Like moving back from there, I moved back to Virginia and then was like, I'm going to apply for jobs everywhere. We'll just see where I land. And that's how I ended up getting something in Denver. It wasn't like, let's go to Denver. It was just like, hey, somebody offered me a job in Denver. Let's try that out.
Damn.
And it's worked out. I love it here. But
yeah, totally.
And then I got here. I always wanted to do comedy, and it was just like, I just lived abroad for a year. I think I can go eat it.
Yeah.
I mean, which is easier said than done because it's like, that's the mentality, but you get on there the first couple times.
Yeah.
Or, for a long time, and you're like, this is the scariest thing ever.
Yeah. Yeah. Especially in like Denver too. Like, cause I've in Greeley and like, Fort Collins, every mic kind of felt like Mutiny where it was like,
It's lower stake. It's a lot more. The community is so much more supportive when it's like a smaller group of people. The bigger you get, the more it's like a little more cutthroat, which isn't necessarily, there's pros and cons to each.
Makes you better.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. But I remember when I first got to Denver and I was already 6 years in and like, I was like, man, I can't wait to tear it up.
I'll come in here pretty much
yeah.
blow up immediately.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And then I'm like getting short breath at Monkey Barrel and shit and like I'm actively watching like people who are already established here in the back, like watch me for a few seconds and then just like turn and walk out the back door. And I'm like, fuck, like, still scary. Yeah. But no, dude, that's incredible. How did you like find like the host? Were they set up through your program that you were teaching with, or like?
No, not really. So the first they were associated somewhat in the sense that I guess my first 2 months I was there, I lived in a hostel.
Okay.
That the folks there also
2 months in a hostel.
2 months. It was. I had my own room, so it wasn't like a shared room.
Okay.
It was more like it was a hostel, but it was kind of like a bad hotel or like a Nicaraguan version of a hotel where I had my own room with its own bathroom and shared a kitchen.
Okay.
So I was there, and there were a couple other students at the thing that I was going to get certified to teach English there. And then there was some other random travelers. There were a couple German ladies there that were like studying at the university for some like study abroad thing, and a couple others as well. But I was there for 2 months, and then there was a lady in my class that she was from she was Canadian, but her dad, I think her dad and mom were Nicaraguan, but she was born in Canada. But she would come to, she would go to Nicaragua every summer, and she like knew this host family. So she kind of just set me up with them. And it was great. Yeah, I paid $140 a month for room. It was a room, my own room. It was 2 meals a day. I guess that's mostly
at the hostel
or no. This was the
host family.
Host family, yeah.
Were there other people staying with you, or was it that were
no?
That they were hosting?
It was just there was mom, dad, their nephew lived with them, and then the grandmother.
Okay.
Yeah.
So 2 meals a day, was that like family meal time? Like
it would be like a breakfast and then dinner, which would be kind of the family meal time. Breakfast was kind of like, come and eat when you want.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like a big thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
But family dinner time, everyone's at the table.
For the most part, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sitting down.
Did that help with your Spanish a lot?
Yeah. I mean, it's funny because
were they like, Ben, like, how was your day? Like,
yeah, they were great. It is funny though, because like, even as supportive as people are, like, I think we all get to a certain point where you're like, I've blown this so many times, I got to get out. Or like I've asked, what, can you repeat yourself so many times? They're being so nice and supportive, but I'm like, I got to get out.
Yeah.
I'm not having a good comprehension day. I gotta hide in my room for a little bit.
Okay, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but they were great. They were a lot of fun.
That's cool. Nice, dude. I ran out of questions.
You want me to go back to the fun diet stuff?
Yeah. What are you doing diet wise?
This is gonna be riveting for the listeners. It's funny because I know that. I don't know that I'd call it a fault. Maybe a fault, somewhat. I know that I ramble about my diet, things that are just affecting my life.
Okay.
A lot, and I'm sure it's frustrating to some people because I'm like I'm constantly just trying to feel better. So it's like I'm trying to pursue this thing that I think is good, but also I think a lot of friends around. I'm like, I'm doing this new thing, and then like the next week I'm like, I've changed that new thing.
Right. Yeah.
And they're like, okay. But yeah, because of the Lyme disease, and I'm sure I'd probably have some of this maybe as well in me. If I didn't have Lyme disease, just trying to feel like as consistent, as good as possible. But Lyme disease definitely like put me in a place.
What is that? What does that do? What is that?
Yeah, so it's a really, I got it from a tick bite. It comes from tick bites.
From ticks, which come from grass and deer,
which come from the Lord on the seventh day or whatever day made the ticks. Yeah, it comes from. You're saying, where does the disease come from?
Yeah, it comes from a tick, which can be like in the grasses.
Yeah,
or
they're just like on the East Coast, especially. Like,
yeah,
most ticks are like a lot of ticks are on the East Coast. So wooded areas where there's like long grass. They travel. There's like deer ticks. So they travel and hang on deer a lot, or like animals. So yeah, growing up, dude, I mean, I was bit by thousands of ticks.
Oh, wow. So it's kind of lucky that you got it when you were in college.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I look back and I go, I might have had it 20 times. And maybe just the one that I noticed on was like just a bad strain or whatever.
Oh, wow.
Because it's hard to diagnose because there's like it can present in symptoms all across the board.
Wow.
So it's kind of like I don't know, even
it's like you get like really tired and fatigued and like
everything, dude. You've got some people that they just like take antibiotics for 2 weeks after getting it. Because the big thing that they say is you get bit by it and you get this bullseye rash, and that's how you know that you got it. And you take antibiotics for a couple weeks and then you're fine. But not everybody gets that rash. And there's also just so many different strands of, I won't go into the specifics because even at this point I'm kind of like fuzzy on that. There's different strands that they can test for. Like the test itself is not a reliable test. And then when you test even more specific for specific strands, there's like a bunch of different strands that could cause different symptoms, and everybody has a different. Yeah, it just messes. It's basically like an autoimmune disease that messes with your body. Yeah, and people can have all sorts of different reactions to it. So for me, it was kind of across the board. Like mentally, it's almost hard to describe because it almost sounds like I'm like joking or exaggerating. So sometimes I'm like hesitant to even bring it up because it's like, I'm not saying it to be like, feel sorry for me, but it's like, this is just what happened.
Right.
I'm better now. I'm feeling much better. But the brain fog is kind of hard to describe. I couldn't remember my childhood, like my memories. I didn't have a grasp on having conversations with people. The best way I tried to describe it back then was like there was a fishbowl over my head.
Yeah.
And like, if there's just little basic, hey, how are you? I'm doing good. How are you? Conversations. Okay. I can handle that. But as soon as it gets to like, do you want to talk about a little more in-depth conversations, concepts, topics, things like that, then it's like my brain just can't handle that. And so that was tough. Anxiety and depression, just to put it simply, were like in a place I didn't know existed.
Yeah.
Where I was like, this is,
Ruh-roh.
it was pretty wild.
Yeah.
To the point where like I genuinely was like, I'm gonna have to check myself in somewhere. Like I'm scared.
Wow.
And I knew something was wrong. Like I remember the first day, like it kind of presented itself. I'm an adult at my parents' house, and I went and knocked on my parents' bedroom door at like 1 a.m.
Yeah.
Because I was having like a panic attack.
Oh my God.
I'm like a 22-year-old man.
Yeah.
Quote unquote.
Sure.
And I'm like, Mommy. Like I was like, I mean,
is
for the first time,
happening to
like,
me?
something was
Yeah,
up.
dude.
And so yeah, it was wild. And then a lot of physical symptoms. I mean, I was so tired. Digestively, I was in, I mean, just a terrible place. I wasn't able to go to the bathroom for like weeks at a time.
Oh my
like
God.
stuff where you're like, how did you not die? And I look back and I'm like,
everyone's like, this happens.
Yeah, I made it.
What did
through.
everybody
No
else
big
think
deal.
it was?
So
was happening?
That was tough too because nobody knew. Like Lyme disease is more understood now, even though it's still misunderstood some. But back then, like in 2010, people didn't know.
That's so strange.
And so I was going to a lot of doctors. They were like, it's just in your head.
Just
people
in your
around
head.
me. People around
That'll
me.
make you feel crazy.
Dude,
oh,
yeah.
sure. This is just me making it up. Like,
Yeah. Oh, boy.
I'm just a depressed guy or something.
I mean, at first I go, no, it's not. But then 2 years of hearing that where you're not finding answers, you're losing a lot of that internal, like, hey, it's not
maybe I'm just broken.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
truly. I mean, like,
God.
I think sometimes people
terrible.
break, and I was one of them.
I'm one of them for no reason.
Yeah, but it was
crazy.
brutal.
Man.
But that stemmed all the diet stuff because the Lyme, it's kind of like chronic there. So sugar and gluten and certain things just inflame the symptoms.
Yeah.
So at this point, I've gone through like, well, let me like try to balance it with like having some fun and not fun. And at this point, I'm sure I'll go back to less strict diets once I get things a little bit more in check. But also, like I said earlier, I just want to feel good as much as possible.
Yeah. So what are we doing these days? You running? That's good.
Running.
What's your diet look like? What's this unique thing that you're doing?
Oh, unique? I don't know if it's, well, what's unique?
Something that not everybody does.
Oh, gosh. So to give you basically what I'm eating, I'm basically eating ground beef, squashes, apples, cheese, avocado. I mean, that's most of it.
That's it?
The eggs.
That's most of it? Okay.
That's most of it.
Wow.
I'm starting to try to bring some stuff in and see how my body deals with it. Dude, mutiny on Wednesday. I brought back healthy popcorn. Like
which one?
2 weeks ago. I can't remember the brand name, but it's literally just like organic corn, coconut oil, and sea salt.
Okay.
Like it's...
Yeah, bare bones.
Yeah,
Nothing.
Totally. And I ate a bunch of that before mutiny, and I felt so anxious. And I didn't realize, I didn't connect. I went to Joe Willie's after that, and I said... I started my set out with, I go, this is going to be the lamest thing you guys have ever heard, but I think popcorn's giving me anxiety. Which it's like, I mean, it's so, I think it truly was. So I cut it out and I've felt better. But it's one of those things where you're like, can I just trade my body in for, can I get a new one?
So do you have like a baseline where it's like, this is how I'm supposed to feel? And like, and you're very sensitive to like, changes in that, and like you think your diet has a lot to do with that.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. And that's what's frustrating. We all know like what our peak selves feel like.
Yeah.
Like whether that's on stage, whether that's you're in public, you're at a party and you're like, I feel comfortable and like fine here, chatting to people and having a good time, versus like when you're like, I feel so I got to get out of here. I can't handle social interactions. And yeah, so it's just like, I know when I'm feeling good, I feel like a normal person who can connect with people, and I'm not feeling super awkward all the time. When I'm not in a good place, I feel very different. So it's like, look, I'm sure there's going to be ebbs and flows no matter what, but as much as I can kind of elevate that to a feeling better spot and keep it as consistent as possible.
The best chances possible.
Yeah.
And that starts with what you eat.
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, I cut out drinking a couple of years ago. I mean, it's like.
What do you drink now?
Water.
Go out. Just water.
Water.
Ah, man.
That's it.
See, here's the thing about discipline that's so hard to hear is that like it's so boring.
Yeah,
it's so boring. I just like because I'll drink. I'll be like, oh, I'm gonna not drink tonight, and it's like, well, I gotta have a sweet little beverage to get me through this.
Yeah.
To like so I'll have like a Coke or something.
Yeah.
Which is arguably almost just as bad for you.
Yeah, not great. A lot of sugar in the sodas.
It's completely manufactured.
I always tell people, though, it's like, obviously I have a very strict diet, and it's like, I'm doing this because this is what I have to do to feel good. Mm-hmm. I don't ever like to lecture. I mean, I think we could all just as a planet eat healthier and benefit from that stuff. But there's a lot of people who eat just junk or whatever and feel pretty good.
Yeah.
And it's like, look, dude, I would probably be doing the same if that was me.
Yeah.
So like to each their own.
Yeah, totally.
But yeah, also like I'm just like everybody else. Like I will go through periods and have gone through periods where I will binge the sugar. I'll binge the things I shouldn't have. Mm-hmm. And that's why it's like, yeah, what I'm saying is like pretty disciplined, but I either have to be disciplined or it's totally not disciplined. I can't balance and be like, let me just have a little bit of sugar. Let me just have a little bit. Like,
interesting. Yeah.
So it's either
You're an all or nothing guy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Which sucks, but it's like that's just what it is. And my body feels terrible if I'm consuming a bunch of sugar or whatever stuff. So it's like I guess
that's how you get crazy.
Yeah.
You're like,
dude,
I'm not gonna drink, but I'm gonna eat like a bunch of cookies or something. Like,
yeah. Well, people ask me, they go, "What's your vice?" And I'm like,
what's your go-to?
Man, gosh, apples and cheese. No, I'm trying to think. I feel like there's
what's your sweet treat, or what's your thing you eat when you're being bad?
Oh man, when I am, I mean, just. There was times when I was doing comedy a couple years ago where I was not in a good diet place, and I'd just go to King Soopers and just buy a pie.
Oh, yeah.
And eat a full pie, which, by the way, pies there are not very good. Just a $6 pie at King Soopers, not great. But I'd still just put it all in my mouth. And I would be like, it'd be one of those things where you're like ashamed. You're like, this wasn't even good. This wasn't even good, but I just had to get it in.
Yeah. Oh, no.
I would also, actually, this is probably my go-to that I do miss a little bit. After, when I was doing like a monthly show up in Thornton at Mother Tucker Brewery when I was running that show.
Yeah.
I would do that show, and then I'd drive home. I'd get a Little Caesars pizza. I'd get the cheese bread, and I'd get the, what was it? It was like the brownie, some sort of cookie dough brownie or whatever.
Oh,
and I'd eat like
$12.
all of that. Yeah, yeah. I'd eat like all of that and be like, best. In my mind too, it's like if I make a mistake on my diet or whatever, right. I'm like, I have to complete that mistake. I have to eat it all right now.
Yeah, totally.
I can't,
You're not going to eat that later.
Yeah, it's like I can't get ice cream and be like Ben & Jerry's. That was also a big one that I got into probably a little too much. and again, it's one of those things where it's like I'd eat a full pint, and if I had more, I would keep going.
Yeah.
And I see some people that are like, no, I just have like a couple scoops every night, and I'm like, I can't do that.
That's so interesting.
It's a problem. Yeah.
So it's probably good that you don't have anything worse that you do.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like I'm living kind of psycho mode now, but it's like it's psycho mode one way or the other. It's either super psycho disciplined or psycho. Why are you eating Ben & Jerry's every night?
There you go.
Yeah.
What's something that you wish more people knew about you?
That's a good question that I don't know that I've thought about before. Something people, this is going to sound like a stupid, vague answer, but this is something I wish more people knew. I wish more people knew more about other people and wanted to know more about other people in general. Mm. I think, like, obviously now we're so divided, but like when you sit down and talk to people, like I was talking about earlier, when you get to know people and like their life journey, and like, maybe you have these opinions, but they're different than me.
Yeah.
But then you learn about their life journey. Like everybody has a life journey that's different.
Right.
That leads them to certain opinions and views and way, thoughts of living
how
life.
They came to be.
Yeah, and it's like, look, there's some people out there who obviously have thoughts and opinions that you go, I don't care what your background is, that's the wrong opinion or thought. But for the most part, it's like, it's okay to have different opinions.
Yeah, totally.
I enjoy listening to other people's point of view and learning about where they come from and stuff. And so I guess, not that, I mean, this isn't something I'm like, I wish more people knew this about me, so it would make sense that it's like, I don't know, I don't feel like I have any crazy things that would need explanation with my life to explain anything. But just in general, I think that would be nice. Because I always, I don't know if you feel this way. I feel like we've had some conversations before where it's always like nice to be like, oh, I learned a little bit more about Jared, and like, it's nice to learn more about people, and you get a better connection. I think we all just like function together as a society.
Yeah, definitely.
When we're like, oh, that's like, you approach things different than me, but that's okay.
Yeah, totally. And that's ultimately what makes us stronger and better. It's like the reason that people are different is why like we're a strong comedy scene.
Yeah.
It's like the reason why like teams work, is because we all like we think differently is why what makes us work,
We all have different things we're good at and bad at, and I mean, that's having differences is like a core part of what makes life great.
Yeah,
different comedy, different. I mean, dude, if every person that you met was the same, that would be so boring.
Yeah, exactly.
If you grew up and you're like, my wife is just going to be model A, and there's only model A. Not like a model.
Right.
That'd be nice, but I know I'm not.
Yeah.
I know what I look like. But yeah, it is always nice to sit down. I feel like you're one of the few people that I feel like I've talked with a couple other comics where I feel like we've talked some in depth about comedy stuff, and even just earlier where you're like, yeah, sometimes I feel comfortable on stage, sometimes I don't. That's something that like is very relatable to me and very interesting to me to try to figure out how can I get better at this.
Yeah.
And I don't feel like a lot of people talk about that.
No, because everyone like wants to present like this like
I'm in control all the time.
Exactly. Yeah. It's like everyone wants to present, and I feel like a lot of people feel that way. Because I know plenty of people who don't do comedy anymore. Yeah. And that's fine. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. I just like, but we don't have to pretend that, and like, I want to be able to talk about it, because if we're ever backstage or something and at a green room or something, and I'm like, fuck, like I'm about to do 20 minutes, Ben, and I don't feel like I got it.
Yeah.
I want to be able to say that and not have you look at me and be like, good luck up there, man.
Yeah, get it together. Yeah.
Yeah. Like that, I want to feel like I want that feeling whenever I'm backstage or like at a comedy event. Like I want to feel like, we're all doing this individually, but we're also a team. Yeah. Like we're here to put on the best show, and I view like scenes as a team also. Like we represent Denver. Yeah. Denver comedy. And like the better we are and like the more cohesive we are as a scene, and the better we lift each other up as comedians and like make each other better, the better Denver is as a comedy scene, the more that people want to come here. Yeah. And the more that we're highly recommended and regarded across the nation. Yeah. Because we take care of our own. Oh, for sure. That's how I view it. Like that's how I want to see it. Is like I don't want to like I don't ever want to feel, and we're a small scene too. Yeah. So like I don't ever want to feel like I'm uncomfortable around my peers, because I'm gonna see you a lot. Yeah. Like.
And it is funny because it's like we're all, I mean, it's a sliding scale obviously, but every comedian is dealing with insecurities and doubts.
Yes, 100%. Yeah.
And to be able to just have the reassurance. Yeah. To be like, dude, I didn't feel like comfortable on stage. It's like, hey, dude. We all deal with that. Yeah. Like, it's all good, man. I've seen you crush. Yeah. You had an off night. That's no big deal. Like, yeah. Because sometimes it feels like, like if you're not talking to people about that, sometimes you can get in your head. You're like, well, maybe I am the odd man out who is struggling to be consistent. Right. Or feel in control all the time on stage. Right. rather than being like, no, it's part of the process.
Exactly.
And keep with it. Don't beat yourself up. It'd be self-critical. That's how you get better.
Right.
But don't beat yourself up.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, because it's part of the process. You gotta fall down so that you can learn to get back up.
Yeah, that's all stand-up is, mostly falling down.
It's mostly falling, and the more you can control when you fall down, like the mics and like those low stakes places where it's just like I'm here to fucking, like, it's like skateboarding or like any sport where it's like I'm here to fuck up and I'm here to make mistakes on purpose so that I can get better and iron those out later, so that when I'm in front of a crowd with stakes, then I'm ready, or I don't flinch.
Yeah. Or it's like you're in front of a big crowd and you're not doing well, and you go, I've been here before.
Yes.
Let's get out of here. Yes. Let's bring the plane back up.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's been a huge like thing for me like recently, where it's just like you don't gotta, like, it's so easy to like panic and like be like, oh fuck, they don't like that joke, they don't like me, like this isn't going well, but like they don't know like how long it's supposed to take before your next punchline. You just keep fucking, or you can, the thing I've noticed a lot, and like it's kind of like a like it's a little bit of a lazy call like to get yourself out, but like you can just be like, that joke was for two people, or whatever. And like people love that whenever you like comment on a joke. For some reason, like people love that you're self-aware and like present with them, and then you could just, next one, good thing I'm prepared and I got another thing in my back pocket.
I'll do that quite a bit too. I'll have a joke that is kind of ends poorly and I go, well, that joke really fizzled out, huh?
But that
just
that
acknowledging,
makes them like you. You know what I mean? And then all of a sudden they're more on your side for the next thing that you're gonna say. Yeah, dude. Like your said it at Stella's the other night was like you were just in your state, you know what I mean? Like you were really in flow.
I was a little loose on the jokes.
It was great.
But I was trying to be present and do some newer stuff, and so I did at least once, I think, to be like, oh, that fizzled out, but just addressing it in the room. But you're showing the room, you're like, I got this jacket, things are going all right for me. And they love that. I loved it. It was so good. But it's funny because that's what I'm always striving for. Just go up there and be, feel like that. And then obviously if it's like, I don't want to be disrespectful or whatever and like mess around too much.
Right.
It felt okay for that room. There, there's like
totally
not a ton of people. So it's like, let me be more present versus just like doing the act robotically.
That's how I feel with hosting too. Where it's like, all right, like if it's fucking packed, it's still like, I'm like, all right, stick to the script. Fucking get through these jokes and let's get this show going. But it's like a handful of people like that. I'm like, what are your names? You know, like who cares? Like
we're in this together. Let's have fun. Yeah,
exactly.
Let's make this a back and forth versus me just talking to you.
Right.
But that's a big struggle that I have is feeling that, feeling present on stage. There's a lot of, and I'm okay when I'm in a healthy state. Saying like there's a lot of insecurities maybe makes it sound like more drastic than it is, but it's like just that is the correct way to explain it. There's certainly insecurities, and the less the further down my mental health goes, then that all just exacerbates because you're like, oh, I'm not in a good place, and now I'm just spiraling about anything and everything. But it's frustrating because that's such a small thing, but it's such a huge X factor. Yeah. Which is like how you're feeling because I'm sure you've felt this. I feel this all the time where it's like, if I do my jokes in my present, silly, in the moment vibe, like it can go very well.
Yes.
But if I do that same thing where I'm like doing the jokes, I'm not up there like, oh, freaking out or anything.
You're
but
just like, why aren't you laughing at this?
But I just don't feel like I've gone through a lot of cutting all my hair off more recently, kind of, it's receding and thinning. So I was like, I just got to get rid of it. There's a period where I was like, well, I'm going to have to address it. They're going to think I'm a certain they're going to think this and that. And it's like, when I feel good, I go, who cares, dude? Yeah, they don't know you with your hair or without hair.
Right.
And also if you're being a silly, whatever, they're not going to like put you in this category of like, this must be XYZ or whatever.
Right, exactly.
But when I'm not feeling good, stuff like that, where like my hair, or like, oh, this outfit, should I be doing this, or where does my hand go? Should I put it in my pocket, behind my back? Like, just all those things go through your head way more than they should. When I'm in the moment, I'm like, yeah, dude, I'm up here having a good time. I'm not thinking about where's my hand.
Right, exactly.
What does my hair look like?
Just having fun and you're comfortable.
Yeah.
And you're telling the jokes being fun.
Yeah. So it's just constantly trying to be like, how can I feel that way as often as possible?
Yeah, 100%. That's what we're all trying to do.
Yeah.
You know,
we're all here.
It's the best. It's the best. It's the best feeling in the world.
Yeah.
All right. We always end the pod talking about stretching beyond our comfort zone, which we've done a lot of today.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
But is there any like recent like moments or something that you've maybe had to stretch out of your comfort zone a little bit?
Yeah. I mean, we talked about a lot of stretching it out moments in my life.
Yeah.
I guess not super recently, because I don't have anything that's like super interesting.
It could be really recently. Small. It could be a really small thing.
What is this? Well, I'll go back a little bit to hit one.
Okay.
It's still somewhat relevant, but this was like the one that started it all. But the first show that I ever produced. So this was 2022, 2021. I can't remember when it was.
Oh, wow.
It was kind of like as COVID was going away. I produced my first show in Holyoke, Colorado. You familiar with this tiny town?
No. Which direction is it?
It's 3 hours northeast. Like if you it's just past Sterling, I think.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, I mean it's a town of like 2,500 people.
Yeah.
But I rented out a movie theater that had like a stage.
Yeah.
And put on a show, and I just remember. It's so funny because I remember, when you listen to music and you have certain songs that connect you to like a specific memory.
Yeah.
I remember just showering and listening to Deadmau5 Bridge by a Light Wave. You know that song?
I don't know.
It's kind of a...
I know Deadmau5.
Yeah, it's a Deadmau5.
Like a techno song?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
But I just remember listening to that in the shower leading up to that show because I rented out a theater.
Uh-huh.
I'm selling tickets. I'm trying to sell tickets.
Yeah.
It's the first show I've ever produced. I didn't host it, but I think I was doing like 20 minutes. It was a clean show.
Whoa.
And I mean, I do a lot of clean stuff, but at that point, I was really like, I had some clean stuff, but I was also like doing 20 minutes for the first time, and really like it was just a lot.
Yeah.
And I just remember being in the shower, going, Am I gonna fail and be like a laughing stock? Like, is this gonna destroy? Is this gonna make me quit comedy? And it ultimately went very well. And whether it went well or not, it's just one of those things where you're like, this could go really bad, but that's okay.
Yeah.
And I was scared. I was super scared. I was stressed.
Yeah.
I was panicking. But that was, I mean. That helped kind of get the ball rolling for just any and every show I've ever produced or comedy thing that I've done that's brought me fear, where it's like, look, as long as you get over that first hump, it just gets easier from there.
That's true.
To be like, if I fail, that stinks, but that's what we're doing a lot.
It's all right.
If I do a big show and flub in front, like if I go, like at Comedy Works, that's one of the things where it's like you go up so infrequently.
Right.
And you go, well, what if I like flub the one time I'm up here in like a 3-month, 4-month period?
Right.
It's only 4 minutes. Like, what if and at a certain point, it's just like, then you flub.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whatever. Well, you try better next time.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So
we'll keep spinning.
Yeah.
They're not.
Sun's going to come up tomorrow morning.
They're not talking about it like.
Yeah.
After the fact.
And even if they are, you go, yeah. I flubbed it. Like, whatever.
It's okay. I'm going to come back stronger next time.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to do that one joke that I did, or I'm going to make it better.
Yeah.
And bring it back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Figure
it out from there.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. The Comedy Works thing we can get into another time, but.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you get big nerves there?
It's getting better now. For sure. Like, the more that I do it, the more I'm like, it's just another set. Like,
yeah.
Yeah. But, like, definitely when I was newer and younger, I would get there and be like, like just like totally psyching myself out. I'm standing in the back. I don't feel comfortable. I'm like, I don't know where to stand, who to talk to, what to do, what jokes I'm gonna do. I'm in my head about what material I'm doing and blah blah blah. And now I'm just like, I treat it like any other set. I just go, this is what I'm working on right now.
Let's see how it goes. Yeah.
And maybe I'll throw one in there that I'm more comfortable with that I know is going to work first. Yeah. Just to like
get them on board.
Yeah, feeling good. And then I'll be all right, I can sandwich into new things and then close strong, get the fuck out of there.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Nice. Yeah. But still reaching for it for sure. Still reaching for that killer like assassin type set where I just absolutely crush and blow everybody away, and then everyone walks up to you after and go, "You're going to the top, kid."
Yeah. Well, we're all there with you. Always just like, how can I machine gun and have everybody go, "This is the guy."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I just got a couple of quick ones, and then we're
all right.
dunsies.
Let's hear it.
Do you have a favorite road snack that you have on the road?
Favorite road snack? Oh boy. So favorite road snack when I'm in a strict diet mode would be probably just a beef stick.
Beef stick?
Yeah, beef stick, beef jerky type.
Okay.
Setup. When I'm not in a super healthy diet spot, oh man. I don't do a lot of the snack.
Yeah, what do you get at the gas station?
Man, not a lot. I will say this: Casey's Pizza breakfast pizza was pretty good. I tried that for the first time a couple years ago. Are you familiar with Casey's?
No.
It's Midwest gas station that does pizza. That's what they're like known for. It's a gas station that does pizza.
Oh. Okay.
And it's it's not like, oh my gosh, this is the best pizza in the world, but the breakfast pizza when you're on the road.
Oh yeah.
And you're like, just give me something quick.
Yeah.
And greasy.
Especially if they make it in house.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the best. Like if it's like I see a lot of gas stations that have like this like Hunt's Brothers pizza or something like that. It's cardboard.
Yeah.
It's literally like pre-made in a factory somewhere, and then like it's just put on those heat lamps, warmers.
These are on the heat lamp spinning thing, but I'm almost certain they make it there.
Yeah, they make it. Yeah, that's good. I love that.
Yeah, try it out. Let me know when you go to the Midwest.
Where's a good spot?
Midwest, like, I mean, it's
Nebraska?
literally. So Casey's is like what's the common gas station here?
Like Come and Go or Maverick?
Yeah, it's basically like the Maverick of the Midwest.
Okay, great.
It's
they have them in Nebraska?
Oh yeah.
Okay, great. Because that's where I'm
like Nebraska and
that's where I'm trying to go.
And east, it's all over Nebraska, Kansas. Just
perfect.
Name the states out there. I can't think of them.
I'm definitely gonna get that now. Do you have a favorite time of day?
Favorite time of day, I would say would be mid-morning after a run. Yeah, that's where you're like, I've got the day ahead of me, and I'm feeling
got all those endorphins.
Good.
And all the good chemicals in your brain.
Yeah,
man.
What's your favorite time?
I like it whenever like it's like really late or really early, and there's just nobody around.
Yeah,
and you're just like, I could do anything. There's just like this tiny little gap of a moment where it's like whenever you like if you wake up really early to go like on a road trip or skiing or something, and you're just out and like there's nothing, you're watching the sun come up.
Yeah.
Those are really special. And then like the rare moments where it's super late and I'm just like alone with my thoughts and I can just like
decompress.
Yeah. Or like journal or like there's nobody out. Like I'll go out like I had a lot of that during like COVID when I was living at home for a year after college.
Yeah.
You just go out at 3 a.m. and like smoke a cigarette. And, like, there's like, and you're just out. At
something
night.
Peaceful about that.
Yeah. It's so peaceful. Yeah. There's just nowhere to be, nothing to do.
Yeah.
You're just existing.
Yeah. You're just there in the world. Yeah.
Do you have a favorite soup?
Favorite soup?
Yeah.
Man. Hit me with a lot of things. I'm like, I haven't had soup in a minute. Oh man. Let's see. So big fan of tomato soup and grilled cheese. That was always delicious, especially if you're feeling a little sick.
Amen.
Like coming out of a sickness.
Yeah.
That was always a good one. Man, you know what? I actually ate a lot of soups growing up. My mom would make a decent amount, and I liked them all. I don't have really a go-to favorite. I love a nice hearty. Got a potato. Got a white, like not a stock in there, but like a thick.
Yeah.
I don't know what the thick whatever.
Like creamy or something.
Creamy.
Yeah.
That's the better way to put it.
Yeah.
Creamy potato and.
What is that potato soup?
Else.
Yeah. Potato and cheese.
Yeah. You're like, what's your favorite? I'm like, let me just give you some adjectives and one vegetable. That's imagine that. What's your go-to?
Dude, I love tomato and grilled cheese.
Okay.
It's great.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't go wrong.
You can't beat that. Yeah, you can't go wrong. Yeah, you can get it in most places.
Yeah.
And it's easy to make.
Yeah.
It's delicious.
For sure.
Yeah. Dude, thanks for doing it.
Yeah. Thanks for having me, man.
Hell yeah,
It's
man.
been fun.
We say stay stretchy, my friends.
Stay stretchy, my friends.
See you next time.